of the 42 ideals of Ma'at. My mother is nature. My father is time. I am a Neski queen.
I just text it and say this free. That's cool.
All right. Yeah, that's a last minute studio people coming through.
Okay.
But you know how you, hey, listen, let me make sure my chair right. You know how it is. Look, this one thing about me, yo. I like being live. I'm probably moving the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
keep shit 100. You feel me? I try to be transparent. So,
Absolutely.
all right. We want to thank y'all for joining us. It is officially time for another show. It is the fourth Thursday in April. Today's date is April 25th. It's 7 o'clock. We're here live on YouTube at 4Authors Media Network for another episode of Be More Mindful podcast. I am your host, Aneski Anna Kimseth. Aneski literally means she belongs to me. So for this hour, I thank y'all for having me and my guests. For those of you who have never been on the show or joined us, we want everyone to know that that Be More Mindful podcast is an open forum that is geared towards conversation for mental and social barriers that we deal with here. Also, we are here to tap into the cultural arts and expressing and showing how dealing with the cultural arts can help us deal with our mental and social barriers. So today's guest I have is a hip hop artist, local hip hop artist here in Baltimore. He goes by the name of B.A.G. Freaky.
B.A.G. Yeah, ball and grind.
B.A.G. Freaky. Okay, look,
Yeah.
y'all know I'm an author, so I see letters in the acronym. I saw a word. I was like, B.A.G. Freaky.
It's
So just
facts.
so y'all know, B.A.G. means ball and grind. All
Yeah.
right, B.A.G. Freaky has been doing music for quite some time. I met him through my sister. And it was just like, ever since then, him and I had a connection.
Yeah,
And it was
facts.
a business tip. And I told him I was going to have him on my show. And I thank him for accepting the invite and being here tonight.
Facts.
All right. So, with that being said, Freaky, tell him a little bit more about yourself, what you do, and also let everyone know how doing what you do can help you deal with any mental or social barriers you may have.
All right. Yeah, my name B.A.G. Freaky. You feel me? The B.A.G. is an acronym for ball and grind. I just feel like, you gotta grind the ball, you feel me? And when everybody wanna shine, you feel me? So you gotta do both of them hand in hand. You can do both of them at the same time. Um, you know, I just been grinding, I'm doing shows. I actually got a show after this. I've been doing shows, I've been dropping. I got a little tour coming up soon this summer. I'm just, keeping focused, yeah, the music, it definitely helps with the mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like you say, life be life, and you feel me? Like,
Yeah,
you can't even hide that. But what I came to learn is like, whenever you striving to do something great or something that the average person not gonna do, the devil always gonna knock on the door. You feel me? So you just gotta realize, like, when he knocking, that means you doing something right. You heard me? He gotta knock you out your pivot. So if he knocking, you feel me? Then you just ignore the motherfucker and just keep pushing. You feel me?
all right, I like that. I like that. I like if adversity is knocking, that means whatever you're doing, you gotta keep doing it because you gotta
Fact,
be doing something right. Because trouble don't come for trouble. You know what I mean? Trouble comes for
fact,
something good. You feel me? So
fact.
yeah, I like that. I appreciate that. And definitely I get music because as a writer, you know what I'm saying, dealing with mental stuff, you get when you're creating, man, you get them emotions on that paper. And for art, I love artists who can, get in and get behind in the studio behind the mic and just, what I'm saying, bring rhythm and poetry together. That's why I love hip
Fact.
hop, you know what I'm saying? And your music be jumping, I definitely I like your style. I like your unique style. You got a unique style. I told you that. And I do. I like the way you express yourself and the things you talk about. You definitely don't. You ain't sitting there talking about some old, always shoot my band. Most of your music I be hearing you about getting the bag. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
You talk
Like,
about getting the bag. So that's
I
what's
feel
up.
like, like that drill shit, like everybody want shoot, shoot, bang, bang. Like, that shit watered down. You heard me? Like, especially, when you done been through enough, you feel me, and seen enough, like that shit ain't nothing to glorify. You feel me? Like I done
Yeah,
lost friends. You heard me? The violence and being locked up because of that shit. You feel me? So I feel like a hypocrite keep rapping about that shit. You feel me? Like, and that's glorifying it. So I just rap about, self confidence, build yourself up. Like, yeah, of course a motherfucker struggle. You heard me? So I'm gonna talk about that too. But at
right,
the same time, you gotta come about that shit. You heard me? So it's
right.
about how you come about that. You feel me? And understanding, like, no matter where you at in your life, like you gotta believe you the one. You feel me? So that's
Say
like
that.
a lot of my music. Like I try to, like, keep people pushing for real.
It do, yeah. You definitely you got some get up and go music. You know what I'm saying? I love when I see you drop your reels and joint. I'm not gonna lie, they drop. I be like, yo, I listen to them a couple times back to back because they be so catchy. They do, and I like this. I like to see your grind. I like to see what you're doing. I like to see you had, you show me what you was doing with your podcast and such. Keep it up. You feel me? We
Yeah,
need
fact,
people who can stand on that. You know what I mean? You stand on business all the way. When you tell them like, look, I'm about to rap about what's real. You know what I'm saying? That all that
fact
other stuff is watered down, and it's not helping us. It's not helping us as a people, and
at
it's not
all.
helping me as an artist. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
that's that's awesome. Like, dang, yo, you kicking off the show just how I like it. Feed me.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Real
It's
shit.
dinner time, so we, you know what I mean. We're gonna eat in multiple ways. So yeah. I hope the audience and everyone who's joining us is like what they heard so far. I just want to remind y'all real quick, if you follow the banner across the bottom of the screen, you do see how we like to conduct ourselves here. And I'm pretty sure if you can follow those four letters LOVE, then you'll be able to enjoy the conversation we about to have.
Fact.
Because we about to get into today's topic. Now, I let y'all know in April I was going to be doing something new, that I was going to be doing part one and part two to my subjects, because lately it seemed like the conversation's been so good that that 1 hour is not enough, and that I go back and watch my shows like that ain't me behind the camera. I be a whole spectator. I be watching, and I be really feeling like, man, I want to have more and more talk about that particular topic. So this month I did part one and part two. My guest early in this month was another local artist by the name of Yoda Fresh, and so I wanted to keep it in the genre, because main reason, because this one I really wanted to touch on support. And I've been doing open mics and I've been doing this thing for about 5 years now. And one of the main things I noticed from the open mic experience is that local rap artists struggle with support. It's like,
Facts.
whether it's supporting each other or getting support for themselves. It's a lot of artists, it's a lot of talented people, and so sometimes you gotta, pick and choose, who you standing behind or who you
Fact.
represent. You know what I mean? Especially when you got people who not even about, what I mean, what they talk about in their music, or they not presenting themselves in real life the way they do when they in front of the cameras. You feel me?
Fact.
So, that's why I thought that important when, to have this subject with, hip hop artists, because one of the things that seem like be plaguing our city is that our hip hop artists aren't being able to shine and make it to the level that they need to make it, which is to help pull us out the city. Because unfortunately, you say they be ending up out, in jail or gunned down, and it's hard, to be out here trying to influence a culture and a community and still be accepted,
Fact.
just as an artist, and not so much as much more than that. And especially if you're coming from the streets, and you really trying to get into mainstream and get into that business side of, that field. So,
Fact.
y'all, to me, y'all thoughts was important to have in my podcast and my show, because, it's a serious conversation. So I was just wondering, as an artist, how do you look at support? How do you measure support, your support or your support system, and how important is it for you to have it?
Um, I mean, like at this point, like I accept any kind of support. You feel me? Like where it is, they reposting, where they come to the shows. Like I don't feel like I can be like, oh, just because you post and you don't come to the shows, it ain't support. You feel me? Like, because one thing I'm learning, like, and I'm realizing, like, I used to think like it's just Baltimore, like Baltimore just like that. But the more I network, the more I, talk to people from further out, that ain't from Baltimore. it seems like it's just a neutral thing. Like
Hmm.
you gotta get the support from people outside your city before you get it here. Like they make it seem like, man, you gotta have your city first. But in the reality of it, like it don't go that way. You feel me? Because you gotta see like your city be familiar with you. You feel me? Like they familiar with you. You
Hold on,
accessible.
fam. I don't want to interrupt because I got an unexpected guest and I'm trying to figure out how. I did. I've been doing this to episode 14. Who could possibly not know what time it is? But it's all good. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hope that it's somebody important. Oh, it's even worse. It's the neighbors who couldn't get into the door. It's all good. Hey, listen, that's why I like being transparent though, because you was really hitting on something. That's why I wanted, you know me, because man, you was really hitting on something, and I ain't want to, have your conversation
Yeah,
fun. But I like being transparent because people forget to be real. Instagram
right,
and
right,
social media allow people to think that people are flawless and people are perfect, and I refuse to pretend or be something I'm not. So I mean, I'm very
facts,
confused, neighbors who
facts.
do things like budget, but getting it done.
Yeah, I get it.
But, but say what you were saying. Let's pick up. You were saying like when you go to other cities, you find out that they're experiencing the same thing that you hear here, where they say the support is not coming from home.
Yeah, it's like I assume that it's about like you feel me, like they be familiar with you. You get what
Right,
I'm saying? So it's like they might see the talent, but they don't see the star the
right,
way somebody else that don't know you will see the star. You
right,
feel me? Like I seen a reel one day that said, you feel me, your support, like people from people from here not gonna really acknowledge you, but a stranger will make you rich. You feel me? And then it's like then once that happen, then you'll get your city. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody once you start buzzing, everybody gonna want to say like, oh, I've been New York. I've
right,
been New York. You get what I'm saying? But don't
right.
nobody want to acknowledge it from the jump. So I
Yeah,
mean, I think it's a difficult thing for all artists. You feel me? But at the same time, it's something that's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you can write your music, you can record your reels, whatever. But to actually be great at anything is not for everybody. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right,
And
right.
it takes that extra that extra dedication, that extra motivation. You feel me?
Yeah,
Because it ain't gonna be easy at the beginning. You feel me? So you gotta make a person support you. Like they see
man.
your journey, they ain't got no choice but to be like, yeah, I watched yo. You feel
Yeah,
me? I watched them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely feel you. And it's crazy that you went with that because that goes straight with the show topic, and we can just get ready to slide right on to our next segment, which is when we get into the actual quote on the flyer for today's topic, which is today's topic is who you with, Baltimore, who you with, who y'all supporting, how important is support to you, you know what I mean? So the topic that the quote that came the topic for today's show came from a young lady. I'm gonna try to say her name right because I do believe it is either Hispanic or Latino. I'm not sure, but it's her name is Raquel Cepeda. I think it's Cepeda, and she's a female minority. She's an author, and she wrote this quote very simple. It says, "Support and encouragement are found in the most unlikely places." You see
Facts.
what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it one more time because you just hit it on the nose, man. You were just already going there, like the energy was taking you there. She said, "Support and encouragement are found in the most unlikely places," and that's
Facts.
basically what you were just saying. Like a lot of people be looking for love for from their inner circle, but then they find out when they venture out, the love they be expected to receive may come from the outside, you know.
Facts.
And I wanted to really discuss that because I think, especially when it comes to families and our culture, I think that's one of the biggest barriers that our youth go through is always looking for the support in the home and not recognizing the support that's in other places. And
Facts.
I say that because, man, growing up, you know how it is. You ain't listen to mom say something, then you hear this teacher that you like in school who just so happened to be able to connect with you, and they could say the same thing mom say,
And you hear it.
you hear it, and you're more likely, you're more likely to accept their love and support, and not, accept that from what's at home, because again, you just tend to look for things a certain way when it's in family that we don't even recognize it. You know what I'm saying, when it's on the outside. And so,
Facts.
I just like want to bring to the city's attention, bring to my culture's attention. Pay attention to where your support is coming from. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Sometimes if it's not coming from the home the way you need it, then accept it from the outside source. Don't be so
Facts.
hard, so proud up, so angry, or so upset, or so disgruntled, disappointed that you refuse all support, or you fail to see all support because you
Facts.
didn't get something exactly the way you thought it should come. You
Facts.
know,
One thing, like speaking on that, like one thing, I noticed like about, because everything start with a thought, right? So it all start with manifestation, right? Like whether you know that's what you're doing or not, right? So
right,
everything starts with that. So the universe got a way of creating opportunities that if you ain't paying attention, you ain't gonna notice. You feel me? Like for example, like I had a friend, like that told me I was talented. Like, yo, you got it. Like you got it. But it ain't my responsibility to help you get to the next level. Okay, that's a fact. It ain't your responsibility. But as a friend, how you saying I got it and you don't want us to win? Because if I win, then you win, right?
right,
That's what genuine friends is. So if you got the thought that me winning only benefits me, then that means you ain't right. But out
right,
of that though, the thing is though, you gotta be like you said, you gotta have an open eye to see the opportunities that come. Because out of that, I wind up meeting a friend of his friend that's
mm,
way more supportive than he is. You get what I'm
wow,
saying? So it's like
yeah,
it got a way of putting people in your corner. You feel me? Like it's gonna happen. It might not be where you think it's gonna come from or how you expect it to come. You feel me? But as long as you stay focused and continue to do what you try to do, it's gonna materialize.
Yeah, I totally agree. I get it, and like, and see, you brought up a very important key a component to that. A key thing is the thought. You know what I'm saying? So once you start walking in that thought, you send in that vibration out to the universe that this is what I want to see, this is what I want to manifest, this is what I want to come into physical, a physical nature, then you have to trust the process. So, if you think
Facts.
you need the support, just hey, it might not come from your best friend, but look, it is your best friend. You know what I mean? So you gotta make
Right.
sure that you keep in the right line. You're being mindful of what you ask for, and also be passionate, be persistent, and be dedicated. You know,
Facts.
I I trip over people who want support but not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. What you're doing is something I just don't want to. I'm not going to support it. You
Right.
got to watch who we support. And I'm an artist. I believe in art. I love music. You right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Let's take Second Red as an artist. She got music. It come
Okay.
on in the club, I'm dancing to it. I'm not even gonna lie. I get a couple of shots, I might be rapping it, singing it, knowing the words. You know what I mean? But in all
Yeah.
honesty, when it comes to support, I don't, I just don't support what she does. Doesn't mean, or what she talks about, or what she's glorified, because at the end of the day, my choice is to support things that can give us a better light, or give us a upstanding characteristic, or have our people being looked at for more positive things than what, she seems to talk about. Doesn't mean that I don't like her music and that I don't, what I'm saying, I'm a petition for it to get off the radio. No, because I believe she's an artist.
Right.
Art, art is the art of expression. Art is the right to,
Exactly.
so she has the right to express it. But it's just like, I don't support the things that she speak of. That
The
we
type of music.
not support in love. People don't know how to. I don't hate on her. I want her to get every show and every dollar she worked for. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that I'm not about to I'm not about to let every kid I
Right.
listen to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So we just got to make sure I want to be mindful when we support, and to know that it's a representation of who we are, and we
Right.
start standing fully behind something, you know what I mean? And understand that it's okay to love and not support. It's okay.
Exactly.
You know,
Facts.
not support don't mean that I hate you at all, because I'm gonna wish the best for you, you know. And
Facts.
that takes like you said, mindset. It takes a you gotta look at the world differently. You know what I mean?
Facts.
If you're looking at the world like, it's supposed to be one person ahead of the other, or one person supposed to be doing a certain thing, then you're going to have, some mental barriers that you're going to have to go through, because you're going to be going judging people. You're going to be going
Right.
judging yourself. You're going to
Facts.
be around, spending a lot of your energy and time on topics or things that's not going to be productive to you. So
Facts.
I don't put my mind into hating anything or disliking anything. I just know how to say, hey, that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what I do. I wish her well and wish her well. I don't know
Yeah.
if culture able to do that. How about you? Have you ever had a rapper that and you don't have? I'm not asking you to name nobody on that. But have you ever had a rapper like you're cool, but I just don't really bang with what he talking about or like what like what he stand for? And if
I
so,
mean,
how you deal with it?
I mean, like since I started getting, more emotion, like you see, like things picking up a lot more than what they were when we first met. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
it was moving in, but it's picking up a
Right,
lot more. So, with it picking up, it's a lot more people that reach out and try to connect with a person. You feel me? And like you say, I gotta pay attention to who I support. You feel what I'm saying? That don't mean that I can't be in a DM and tell them, yo, keep going. You feel me? Keep doing what you're doing.
right,
But I just gotta watch what I'm supporting, because it's also a part of my image. You feel me? Because at this point, I'm pushing growth. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm pushing growth. I'm still talking all the shit that the regular niggas talking, except I ain't talking about killing. You feel
right.
me? I'm still talking about getting money. I'm still talking about shining. I'm still talking about being fly. I'm talking about all that. The same shit. I just ain't empowering the killing. You get what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Because so I definitely get that. Like, so it's a few people, that I support in silence. You know
right,
what I'm saying? It may not be as loud, but
right.
I support in silence. And one thing I want to also say is that people gotta understand that supporting don't make you a dick rider neither.
That's
You
right.
feel me? Because motherfuckers don't want to support you until you get big, because they look at it like they dick riding. But that
Right.
make you a bandwagon jumper if you start supporting that the motherfucker get hot. You
And get
feel me? That make you a get with. What's worse?
right, right, right,
Uh,
man. Listen, man, you just had me on 2 points at one time. I didn't even know which direction I was in the foot in the road on this one, boy. Cause you tapping into all of that.
yeah,
Like
facts,
even with the support and the silence, I like, cause everybody think you gotta be loud about everything. Why you gotta be loud
facts,
about? Yeah, I gave a homeless man $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything,
facts,
everything gotta be on IG. Hey, look, see I support way more than what I promote. As that I
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts,
Like I be in places and I forget to pull the camera, because for me it ain't about the camera. It's about the presence and my contribution to to the cause.
facts,
So if I'm supporting, it ain't about me. You know what I mean?
facts,
Seeing this real, and they said they were saying somebody was, I'm paraphrasing, basically like what's real love, and they said, I think he said my grandma or whoever, someone told him that real love is when somebody wants what you want for you more than you want it for yourself.
facts.
I say,
That's a
man,
fact.
that's what I'm talking about. When I'm out with people and when I'm out, you know what I mean, supporting them, and I'm cheering them on. I'm really genuinely cheering them on because I want them to win probably more than what they want to win themselves. Like I want them
Right.
to win, I want them to succeed. And because part of it is that motivates me.
Yeah,
People
facts.
dreams and achieving them. I got a dream catcher tattooed on my back a few years back because I said I'm tired of dream chasing. I'm
Right.
going straight to dream catching. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what you gotta be on.
Put my mitt up and I'm about to start catching them. And
Real
so
shit.
if I see somebody that can catch a dream, and I know my dream is right there for me to catch myself, So yeah, you brought that to mind when you were saying, supporting in silence. It
Yeah,
also,
cause you can just like a post and that
yeah,
shit free.
yeah,
Just liking it is free. You feel me? Motherfuckers that like that's so difficult.
yeah,
Like
it's just a
I
heart.
got I got at least probably 40 people that watch my shit every time. Like I'm talking about, it changes, but it's at least 40 that's constant. You feel me? That's consistent. That everything I post, they eyes on. You feel me?
Right.
But a motherfucker will sit there and watch and won't click the heart.
And it
Like
won't get the heart. I know
that don't
exactly.
hurt you. Like you
Yeah,
ain't paying for that. That
yeah,
shit the same way you watch and you can just click that. That bitch ain't going nowhere. You can still watch it. You feel me?
exactly. And truth be told, you probably for you to watch it, it must have been something that you liked about it. You know what I mean? For you to watch. Period.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like you don't watch nothing that doesn't interest you. I don't care who it's from. Again, prime example, Sexy Red. I don't, her music is interesting to me. I don't,
Fact.
flip every time she on the station because I am caught in interest. I have no problem with hearting a song that I know I dance to and like by her. You know what I'm saying? That
Facts.
does not mean that, you know what I'm saying, we gotta learn how to love each other, you know what I mean? Without making it a negative thing. Like you say, without making it dick ride. What's wrong with me loving and supporting someone at heart and not every time you turn around you heart and somebody? Yes, I am. I do. I do. I try my best to kick out 20 hearts a day. I ain't even gonna lie.
Facts.
Serious.
I do
I
too.
show
I do.
just the
If I
heart.
sit and watch your shit, I'ma like it. You
Yeah.
feel me? I don't give a fuck if you twerking ass, if you being funny, if you rapping. If I sit and watch it, I'ma like it because I know how far that like can go. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. We gotta really learn. We really gotta learn how to. The last show we had kind of touched on the crab and the burrow concept. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like we really have to. And I'm glad you brought up the fact that something I know and have experienced is not just our city.
Right.
It's not just we so messed up here. We let stuff sit up here and take us in all kinds of directions that we can't even go straight because we got
Facts.
Baltimoreans really thinking that it's okay to hold each other back because we supposed to be crabs in the borough because we from Baltimore. No, it's
Shit
crabs in
goofy.
Chicago. It's crabs in the borough in LA. It's crabs in the borough in Miami, Atlanta. There's always somebody trying to hold somebody back. So does that mean
Facts.
we don't have to try to enhance that stipulation. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
it, we really need to change. Like you say, man, that mindset. That's where it starts, and that's the point of
That's
the
where
talk.
it start.
Man, I want everyone to take a moment to just be a bit more conscious in what they do and how they do it. And I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, it don't take much but one change. One
Facts.
change, man. The ripple effect is so amazing. And before you know it, you start doing two or three changes, your whole life will turn around.
Facts.
Just
Facts.
changing a small mindset, just changing one thought or the way you think about one thing. You know,
Facts.
so I really wanted to push that because our city is so talented, and I'm so tired of looking at our talent only be noticed by a small circle of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because for real, Baltimore is nationally known. But what are we nationally known for? You know,
Killing.
the wild,
Killing. Selling
kill.
drugs. Getting
Period.
high.
Now, and the truth be told, why are we known for that when that's in every urban vicinity that you go in? And we got so much talent. We thank goodness that Baltimore dance club music is just starting to really get the recognition it needs as its own genre because
Right.
we got so much talent. We got so many trend setting things. Baltimore is the shit. Always has been, always will be for me. You know what I
Right.
mean? The
Facts.
history here is so rich, that I just feel like if we stop glorifying and sharing and passing on all the media is already going to do the negative. We got to stop that.
Facts. Facts.
That's their job. That's their job.
Facts.
Like news started getting made, it was not getting made to talk about the weather.
Right.
News was always making the news for negativity. You know,
Facts.
find that guy. America's Most Wanted, and all this. That's when things got out on the news is because they was trying to catch slaves. Come on now, things weren't good news was never been, a money maker for this country. Come on.
Facts.
So we gotta
Facts.
learn how to be the govern our own. We gotta govern.
Yeah, we gotta help each other. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like you said, we ain't the only city that's violent. We ain't the only city that the things we known for that's known for. You feel me? But when it come to like people doing stuff, them other cities, even though they got their little beefs amongst each other and shit, they still come together in a sense. You feel me? Like you might have this whole west side of Chicago together against this east side of Chicago, but it's still more going on. You get what I'm saying? Like our city, it tends to be, like I said, people go outside the city. You get what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker be quick to come to a show that money bag at. You feel me? Or motherfucker be quick. You feel me? To pay money back. You feel me? But the upcoming artists, like, you want to make it difficult. You feel me? You want to make it difficult. Like, you can have them and you can play a nigga shit. Like, how is that hurting the city? Like, that's bringing more attention. But I can say, though, that the city really on the radar right now. Like,
Yes, it is.
it's a lot going on right now.
A lot going on, yeah, and that's why I'm making sure that one thing for sure, thing certain. I'm trying my best to promote, those that I believe is going to be on the wave and in the wave, so that way, man, when this ball drop and this ripple hit, man, it caused an earthquake. Like I'm
Exactly.
on point and I see what's going on. I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Man, I thank you. I thank you for your knowledge. I already been, man, we've always had good conversations. You feel me? That's what
Facts.
I already knew you was gonna be good for. You know what I mean? But that wraps up pretty much, the first I'm sorry, the second part of our show. We get ready to go into our third part, which I like to call experts versus experience, right? And so this
Okay.
the show, I always let it be known first and foremost that I do not carry any degrees. I don't have, as far as a high school diploma. I have some credits in college, but I'm not a professional. So anything that I'm saying, I'm not giving any type of professional advice or trying to have anyone take what I say as medical or mental uh, status of any kind. I've just been on this earth for 43 years and I've seen and done some things. And I've been diagnosed with about 4 different mental health disorders that I've had to deal with and live with since the age probably early as 12, 13. So in that, I feel like I can identify with, a lot of people, other people who had the experiences that I had. So that's one of the main reasons for the show. So in
Okay.
versus experience, Freaky. What I normally do is I'm an author and writer. I like writing and reading. I always go over an article pertaining to the show topic, and I bring up an article that is written by the professionals, people who have spent all that money to go to school and probably tell us something that we already know. But
Okay.
it's a good show, and it also makes for great conversation. So
Okay.
the day's article actually comes from a psychology website. It's from a new era TMS psychiatry. They offer psychiatry services and mental health services. If always encourage anyone that at any point in time in life that if you feel like you need help beyond what you got, I always advocate for professional help. I always advocate go see a therapist, talk to someone, do what you have to do because your mental health is the most important health that you will be able to take care of because without that you can't all the other stuff just gonna fall apart. You know what
Facts.
I mean? And per the banner at the bottom, make sure y'all know that this information I'm giving you is for educational informational purposes only. Please do not take anything I have as professional advice. Now, the article I was reading was on the role. Was talking about the role of family support and mental health recovery, right? And so, it basically was just giving out different, all of the good things or important reasons why family support is needed and the benefits of it when you're recovering from a mental health. Most people may have what they consider nervous breakdowns or whatever, but it's important to have family support. And this article wanted to express why. I want to come from a particular part which talks about more so on how to build support. Because maybe some people don't know how to support. Like you say, some support is not always buying a ticket. Would be nice because doing things require expenses. But at the end of the day, you can heart a post, share a reel, tell a friend, and that's still support. So
Right.
I wanted to talk about and just go over a short paragraph. It says, building a supportive family environment is essential for individuals with mental health issues to achieve recovery. Family members can create a supportive environment by fostering open communication, encouraging healthy habits, and promoting a sense of belonging and connectedness. And that's what I wanted to bring up because I'm gonna go over that part so really because it's four things here. It's three or four. It's three. I'm sorry, it's four. It's four things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it is, when you think about these four things, now it says family, but I want to apply this to the community because I want this to be extended. Some people get hooked up with family thinking we're talking about kinfolk. No, I'm talking about people in your circle who are a part of your daily living, who are part of your daily mental interaction, physical, mental, and spiritual interaction. These are things you need to be looking for if you're wondering if you have support and if you want to give support. These are things they're suggesting, the professionals suggesting for us. It says family members can create a supportive environment by fostering open communication, engaging healthy habits, and promoting a sense of belonging and connectedness. And I thought that was very important because those four things, play a very intricate part in how a person is able to confidently carry themselves whenever they're walking in what they consider to be their purpose or whatever journey there is in life. Um,
Okay.
First off, I just went into the word communication in our family group chat with my children because one of the things that I'm trying to impose on them is to learn how to have proper communication. And I broke it down. I say communication. Let's
Right.
break it coming from communion, and then I
Right.
let them know union as in one.
Okay.
Fostering open communication. Communication is very important for everyone
Right.
to be on one accord. And when
Right.
you have a support system or a system where it allows you to be open and honest and comfortable when you go to talk or communicate, then you have a better chance of strengthening the bond and succeeding at whatever it is going on as far as in the conversation or whatever in the thought, as far as progressing in thought. Regardless, you get the point. But
Right.
I want so communication. If you want to support someone, you have to be able to communicate with them. And
Facts.
sometimes you may have to adjust your communication style. Sometimes you may have to adjust the style, the way you talk, and you may have to adjust the way you listen.
Facts.
Because communication requires both. You cannot communicate without being able to talk and listen. So
Facts.
one of the things I want to petition Baltimore, be more mindful in your communication. Are you effectively and actively communicating, effectively and actively listening and
Mm-hmm.
talking? Sometimes you might have to walk away and say, hey, look, communication getting too much. Let's walk away and try to come back to the drawing board and try to communicate again. But don't
Facts.
forget to come back. Don't forget to come and unite. Because when you don't, you leave that separation, you leave air for so much negativity to come in, disarray and destruction. So that's
Facts.
one thing. Encouraging healthy habits. Man, I have a comedian, I have a couple comedian friends, and one of them have his joke, and it's real funny. He says, um, you know, and I'm not stealing this joke, I'm just telling it and just telling it so this for the show. It's funny though.
Yeah. Get
Because
them some clout.
he says, women and men support each other differently. And
Mm-hmm.
praising the joke. And he goes, women, you got the home girl, and she says, I think I need to lose some weight. And he
Right.
said, homegirls be like, yeah, girl, yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll go walking. Yeah, you want to do that, sis? We got you. And he
Right.
said, for men, He said, let me stand up in front of my homeboys and say, I think I need to lose some weight. He said, all I'm gonna say, man, if you don't sit your fat ass down and stop talking funny.
Real shit.
And
Real shit.
it's funny, but it's true. Like, you gotta make sure you surround you people who don't mind you encouraging you do some healthy habits. If you around somebody, you be like, I want to stop smoking. Like, yeah, girl, go don't stop smoking. I done had
Facts.
people stop hanging around me when I stopped smoking weed. I had people stop being my friend. That hurted.
Facts.
That
Yeah, I
hurt.
get it.
It hurt. It messed with how I feel about trusting people that call me a
I
friend.
get it.
Like, you gonna ditch me for some weed? I still drink. It's like, nah, but still,
I
it's,
I think I think that comes from though that like growth when you growing, right?
Mhm.
Like and a person don't know you and you growing, your aura automatically lights up. You feel me? So that attract people to be around you. But the more a person around you, the more your aura makes them realize the shit they lack. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? So it's like you say, like, all right, you had friends and then you start smoking and then you want to be friends. That's because you're reminding them of where they fucking up at.
mm,
Like and it's like everybody in competition. You feel what I'm saying? Like people don't understand that you don't have to be in competition. You feel me? Like you just understand your role as far as your team. You feel me? You're gonna be perfect because your role without your role can stop the whole movement. You
right.
feel me? So it ain't about you'll get more of this or you'll get more of that because every role is important. You feel me? And that be the problem. Like a person or remind somebody else of the shit that they missing. You feel what I'm saying? Like your security, you being secure in the shit that you with reminds them of their insecurities.
That's deep. Look, man, look, boy. Baltimore, y'all hear that? And this is why I like to have the artists on here and not be so wrapped up in their craft, because you're gonna see their skill, you're gonna see their talent. But these
But
people have minds and thought and conversation that goes beyond what their craft is, and sitting down and listening to you every time, every show, man. This is number 14. And I tell you, every show it's been so amazing. It has actually this show is my therapy. Like, this show is what I use to help, build myself and make myself be mindful and be, challenge myself to be more humane and civil and better at what I do and who I am. Because, man, when you go back, man, I know I'm gonna go back and play this conversation. I'm just telling you, man, you just gave me goosebumps. You did. Like, hearing sometimes we need to hear the thoughts that are in us. We need to hear it from an outside voice. You know,
mm-hmm.
if you really know energy is about vibration. That's
Fact.
why when you speak, it's very important. So Huti is Jehuti or Tahuti, depending on how you want to pronounce it. He was the god of writing, when
Facts.
it starts off written, but it was just, I'm just saying, it's the power of words. When
Facts.
you write down words and then you open your mouth and you say them, you're giving power and life to whatever is coming out your mouth. And
Facts.
sometimes, I love artists because I believe all art is a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
All art is a ministry. So therefore, I look at all artists and creators as ministers. I know that there's a word somewhere in
I
there.
like that.
And man, you just said, man, everything not a competition. That's
It
one of
ain't.
the reasons why we don't know how to support. Because we think when we see somebody do something that it means that it makes us less at what we're doing. And that's
Facts.
not it. That might just be that person's purpose and calling.
Facts.
Your purpose and calling might be just to support them and help uplift them, because that person's gonna make sure you good along the way.
Thank you.
Know your
Facts.
name, know your position. Everything
But
got
to
to come.
support somebody that don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah,
Yeah. But to do
yeah,
that quick,
do
fast, in a
that.
hurry. Yeah. Just cause it's trending. You feel
Yep,
me?
yep.
Like, and then you spoke on communication. Like you say, with the communication though, you gotta be. A lot of people communicate and they had conversations just to respond. You feel me? You gotta be willing to listen. You feel me? And ready to understand. Cause a person
Mm,
have a conversation, like I say, and be ready to respond instead of trying to look at it like. okay, that's how they feel. I can't be ignorant to their feelings. How can I understand this? And they don't look at it like that. It's like you disrespecting them. So they quit the risk. They just listening for a part that make them feel some type of way, and then responding. And you don't get why you can't get through this brick wall. You get what I'm saying?
Man, you took it a step, and you're right because I said talk and listen, but man, understanding is the most important thing.
Facts.
How can you even absorb what's being said if you don't even understand? How do you
Facts.
reciprocate anything to connect if you don't even understand?
Facts.
So definitely got to be open minded, and nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with not understanding. Some
Nothing.
Man, somebody was going through something, and I know for a fact I've never been through that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm hard to say this for people that go through things that I can sympathize with but not empathize with, which means I can see their pain, but I don't understand it because I've never been through it. I've learned
Facts.
to say, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Real shit.
Because some people, that's a form of support. Sometimes some people just want to recognize that they've been through something.
And
You
they
know,
receive that more than you saying I understand, and you really don't.
and you really don't. When I don't, I've learned to say, I'm sorry you had to go through that, or I'm sorry you went through that, because it makes me be mindful of, what I'm saying, how I'm receiving what's being said, even if it's something I don't agree with, or they say an action, something that I wouldn't have did or whatever. That doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's not about me. It's about them.
Facts.
And so I think if people also be able to just learn how to just be like you say, hey, I may not understand, but be more sympathetic and
Yeah.
understanding that this
Take out the
person
selfishness.
something.
Everybody's selfish. Take out the selfishness. Everything
Take
ain't
out
about you.
and
Yeah,
that,
everything ain't
yeah,
about you.
yeah. That's something I'm really pushing on my ego because one of the things as an empath, right? I find myself um automatically always identifying situations and also contrasting them, not competing but contrasting. So in other words, if someone is speaking of a situation, it may cause me to reflect on a
Mm-hmm.
similar situation, but then, I have to interject like, yeah, but that's not, and I'll interject for me, my intentions to show them that I identify. But I've
Okay.
been learning to, it's not always about identifying. Again,
Right.
sometimes it's just about understanding. So,
Facts.
if it's something that I'm hearing, because people can get misunderstanding. If I say, yeah, but I did this, they can misunderstand me as trying to correct or tell them how they should
Facts.
have did something or how something should have went. And the whole time I'm just trying to identify with the situation. So, we
Facts.
should be mindful of that. Or
And be mindful of projecting.
every
Projecting. Because people will, project past experiences on you. You know what
yep,
I'm saying? Like
that's
they or some characteristics of themselves. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like some shit they expect them to do or expect from a past experience, they'll put on you. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
people gotta get better with that. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because that don't
yeah.
always be the case. You
It don't.
feel me?
And I think that's one of the things that I promise you, I know a lot of things that go wrong among families come from simple misunderstandings.
Facts.
Something so simple as that, like someone feeling like they're projecting you being projected on. I know I get aggravated when I don't like people tell me I have an attitude and I don't. It's hard
Facts.
because I don't. I'm like trying to explain why I don't, and now I'm getting an attitude because I'm trying to explain you ain't got no attitude. And so
Right.
I reflect on how on how behavior plays part in things, and I always say to myself, if I just was a little bit more conscious in that moment, I could
Facts.
have been about it in a different way. And it doesn't mean that these mishaps or miscommunications aren't going to come up, but it's how we deal with them that
How you
matters.
deal with them? Because
You
it's a
know,
lesson.
yeah.
Trial and error is the best teacher.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of shit I do like with music, with any of this shit that I never done before. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I say, now I'm getting a team, but I started off by my fucking self. You heard me? Like straight out the joint. Like I came straight out of jail and said, I'm doing this. Like,
right.
fuck that. Like, I'm not going back to prison. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm tired of motherfuckers telling me I'm talented. You
Right.
feel me? I know I got this. Let me do this. I went through prison here and I'm talented. And then before I even went to prison, I was hearing I was talented. So it's
Mm.
like, damn, I went here. I heard this from the jump. I went here. I'm still hearing this. Why not try something that can potentially help my life be better instead of keep putting myself in compromising positions? You
Right.
feel me? So I came home, like I said, and I did that shit by myself, bro. Like
Man, that's what's up, man. And
everything, you're and
I'm proud of you.
like I'm learning shit now, though. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm still learning. It's
Right.
always gonna be learning. You feel what I'm saying? Only an
Right.
idiot to think they can't never learn no more. You
Exactly.
feel me?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Man, shoot, man. That's you see. Look, it's time was time to wind down. But again, now you see why I had to start extending, the conversations beyond just one show because, man,
yeah,
these two shows talking about support is so much information. Make sure y'all tap in, watch the old episodes. Like Free was just saying, man, there's growth. When you see the beginning of how this podcast is, started, and you'll see the growth. I promise y'all growth. That is why the logo has the tree there. It's like, we planting seeds, we rooting up, and we want to grow,
facts.
we want to expand. You know what I'm saying? We want to have, like my man Jose say, blessings falling like the leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lord Zay. I love
So,
Shorty though. You're and I ain't even never
man,
met
Shorty,
Shorty, but I
man,
love Shorty.
man,
I love
Shorty, man,
Shorty.
I be trying. I said I wasn't, because look, is y'all other artists, your music jump to, but just on the strength of being from Baltimore, right? Shorty, I would love for him, this young man at the age of 10 to have every Baltimore City local artist support him all the
Yeah.
way.
By the way, so if you watching, let him. I'm supporting him anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like the you're ahead of his time, bro.
Yes, he is.
Like
Yeah.
like like he's a breath of fresh air to the youth.
Yes,
You get what I'm
he is.
saying? Like as far as the youth, like you don't get too many at 10. You get what I'm saying? At 10, you
Yeah.
feel me? Like you don't get that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And but it also goes along with, and I respect his father too,
Yeah.
because that's where they come from,
Yeah.
having that
Show respect
positive
with his
black
dad.
male in his life also. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that means a lot. You feel me?
Definitely.
But that little man, yeah, he hit it for
That's
greatness.
what's crazy that you say that, because Yoda on the show last week, he was saying, we was talking about support. My man straight called, he called on the fathers. He said, man, we need y'all fathers stop bullshit. Come on, man, take care of your kids. Like,
Facts.
that was strong coming from it, and he's a good man. He's an awesome father, and
Facts.
this man asking for support. You know what I mean?
Facts.
This is how important support is. This is how important it is for us to understand the importance of us coming together. You know what I mean? And
And
it's
communication.
and communication, man.
Because
And
a lot of fathers not in their child's life because it ain't even that the mother a bad person or the father a bad person. It's the communication.
it's the communication. Tell the
Yeah.
truth, man. Tell the truth, man. That's fire. And look, I'm definitely gonna make sure I let Lil Zay know. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna fly him a clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure he posts. That's my man. And I appreciate you for shouting them out and showing them support. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
thank everyone who joined the show. If you didn't catch the beginning, make sure you run it back. And then make sure you tap in, subscribe. I'm like freaky, man. We thinking outside the box. We trying to do something different, but you know what I'm
Facts.
saying. We got a purpose. We got the same purpose. So make sure y'all giving us the love we need, the support we need. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Cause yeah. So I'm getting ready to close out. We get ready to have our mindful thought. All right. The mindful thought of today. What I normally do is I give my mindful thought, and then I always let my guests close out with their mindful thought, and then I also want them to let everyone know how to support them, where to find them at, what they got coming up. Because again, this platform is also to help promote the cultural arts. So yeah, we get ready. Let's get into it. Today's mindful thought comes from an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone.
Mm.
If you want to go far, go together. So
Mm.
my mindful thought is this, Baltimore. We've come a long way. I mean, from the riots, from the wire, the key bridge just fell. We still going. But we need to slow down, stop trying to go so fast. We need to
Mm-hmm.
come together so that we can go far. We have
Facts.
young ones coming up that are looking to us as the heroes. I have a friend of mine, his podcast was on last night. His daughter did her book report on him in his book. So we have
Powerful.
hometown heroes right here. We
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that we are leaving legacy and going far. And the only way we're going to do it, Baltimore, is if we do it together. Because
Facts.
we have to remember that the race is not given to the swift, but to those who endure.
Facts.
B.A.G. Freaky, Ball and Grind. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Ever since I met you, like I said, from day one, been nothing but jewels, gems, and love.
Thank
Hold on
you.
and give everyone who's watching your mindful thought of the evening, and then let them know how we can tap in and support
All right. First off, I want to thank you for giving me your platform, allowing me to come on your platform, because I'm sure you got fans that don't know me, so you introducing me to other fans, whether it's one or it's 10. So I want to thank you for that first. You know, but my thought is, like you say, come together. You know what I'm saying? Come together. Every role is important. You get what I'm saying? At this point, this first quarter, my role may be more important, but second quarter, yours may be more important.
you.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand that it's a goal that we have in similar. It's a goal that we have in common that we trying to reach, and it ain't about who gets more, or who gets that, because as a team, everybody benefits. By the way, everybody can follow me at B.A.G underscore free B.A.G on every form, every platform. You feel me? Like I said, I got a show tonight. I got music everywhere on any platform you use, stream platform, it's everywhere. And by the way, I'm doing promotion for promotion, love for love. If you post something with my video, with my music playing, I'm gonna post you for 30 days. I don't care if you're a chef, if you work on cars, you hear me, if you a carpenter, if you a twerker, I don't care.
That's
You
right.
post something with my music, I'm gonna post you for 30 days straight. So we're gonna do promotion for promotion.
I like that. Love for love. Love for love. I love that. So again, y'all can
Yeah.
find B.A.G. Freaky, B.A.G. Freaky. Find his music on all platforms. Check out his social media. Help him get his likes up. Give him some hearts. Share some reels and tap in on that love for love promotion thing going on.
Right.
And I definitely will be. I need some things
Oh,
for
and I'm doing free features. Free features. I don't care what artist you is. I'm doing free features for this next 30 days. So
That's
tap
what's up.
in.
Hey, listen, and I'm not even gonna lie on the audience. Y'all tap into this man music. Y'all, look. I like writing lyrically. He's definitely up there. I love the way he spit. I love the way he rhyme. He got bars. And man, I love you. I love you, Freaky. I love you,
Love you
boy.
too, sis.
We get ready to close out another show. I will see y'all the second Thursday in May, episode 15. Y'all, thank y'all for helping me go strong. I love you, Baltimore. Remember, be more mindful. Mouth.
Shout out.